Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 18, The Battle Between Lord Boar and Hiranyaksha, text number 19. Tayoho sprudhoho tigma gada ahata angayoho tayos prudhos tigma gada hatangayoho Kshata asrava Grana Vivruddha Manyoho Kshatasrava Grana Vivruddha Manyoho Vichitra Margan Charatoho Jigishaya Vichitra Margam Chataro Jigishaya Vyabhad Ilaya Iva Shushminoho Mrudhaha Vyabhadilayam Iva Shushminor Mrudhaha Tayos Prudho Tikma Gadahatangayoho Tayos Prudho Tikma Gadahatangayoho Kshatasravagrana Vibruddha Manyoho Kshatasravagrana Vibruddha Manyoho Vichitramargam Shataro Jigishaya Vichitramargam Charato Vijigishaya Vyabhadilayam Vashushmanor Mudaha Vyabhadilayam Vashushminor Mudaha Tayos Prados Tikma Gana Vibruddha Manyoho Vichitramargam Charator Jigishaya Vyabhadilayam Vashushminor Mudaha. Word to word meaning. Tayoho them. Sprudhoho the two combatants. Tigma pointed. Gada by the maces. Ahata injured. Angayoho their bodies. Kshata asrava blood coming out from the injuries. Grana smell. vivruddha, increased, manyoho, anger, vichitra, of various kinds, marga, maneuvers, charatoho, performing, jigishaya, with the desire to win, vyabhat, it looked like, ilayam, for the sake of a cow or the earth, iva, like, shushminoho, of two bulls, mrudaha, an encounter. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. There was keen rivalry between the two combatants. Both had sustained injuries on their bodies from the blows of each other's pointed maces, and each grew more and more enraged at the smell of the blood on his person. In their eagerness to win, they performed maneuvers of various kinds, and their contest looked like encounter between two forceful bulls for the sake of a cow. Please repeat. There was keen rivalry between the two combatants. Both had sustained injuries on their bodies from the blows of each other's pointed maces, and each grew more and more enraged at the smell of blood on his person. In their eagerness to win, they performed maneuvers of various kinds, and their contest looked like an encounter between two forceful bulls for the sake of a cow. Here the earth planet is called Ila. This earth was formerly known as Ilavrita Varsha, and when Maharaja Parikshit ruled the earth, it was called Bharata Varsha. Actually, Bharata Varsha is the name for the entire planet, but gradually Bharata Varsha has come to mean India, as India has recently been divided into Pakistan and Hindustan. Similarly, the earth was formerly called Ilavrita Varsha, but gradually, as the time passed, it was divided by national boundaries. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta Parva. Om Ajnanathimirantasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Tadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So here there is a description how Lord Varaha is fighting with Hiranyaksha. This Varaha Lord appeared in this particular day of Brahma, in this Kalpa, already 2 times. Brahma's day is called one Kalpa. In one Kalpa there are 14 Manus. The first Manu of this Kalpa, his name is Swayambhuva Manu. During the time of Swayambhuva Manu, the Varahadeva appeared from the nostrils of Brahma to bring back the earth to its orbit. Now again, in the 6th Manvantara, Chakshusha Manu, now we are in the 7th Manu, Vaivaswata Manu. Before this, now we are in the 28th Kali Yuga of this Manu. That means previous Kali Yuga, before Kali Yuga, 28 Kali Yugas before, that was Chakshusha Manu ruling. That time the Lord appeared in one of the yugas to kill Hiranyaksha. So he is called Raktavaraha or Neelavaraha. So Lord appeared to kill Hiranyaksha because sometimes it is described why Lord appearing, because to perform certain pastimes. However, if a new person hears this, somebody is very new to spirituality, he hears this verse, what we read today. The rivalry between the two combatants. There's a rivalry between God and somebody else. And both of them sustained injuries. Lord also got hurt. And they were enraged, they become angry. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, these are 3 gates to hell. And Lord himself is becoming angry. And Lord is the supreme controller, it is said. But Lord is sustained with injuries. And Lord is becoming angry, he wants to kill. How very vividly it is described here. Just like 2 bulls. When the 2 bulls become enraged, they hurt themselves very badly. The bulls have so much power. You must visit sometimes a Gaushala where the big bulls are there. They're extremely strong. In our temple in Vrindavan, earlier there were about 50 bulls. And they made a one place for the bulls. And they erected 8 feet wall, strong wall, so that bulls don't jump over towards the cows. But the bulls are so strong, they come and hit the wall and broke the wall and came to the side. And sometimes they hit each other. It is a fatal. Some bulls die. That strong they fight. So it appeared like 2 bulls are fighting. There's a blood coming from the body of Lord. There's blood coming from the body of Hiranyaksha. By the smell of the blood, they have become even more angry. As if they are fighting for the sake of one cow. So, when we hear this, somebody may ask, what is this, your God? Your God is in the form of, you say he has come in the form of a pig, and he is fighting like bull, and he is sustained injuries, he is becoming angry, he wants to kill. Very, very difficult to understand for a normal person. That is why those who do not have proper understanding from a bona fide acharya or guru, they conclude God is also a person like us, maybe a little more powerful. He is very powerful. Some things he is good at, something he is not good at. This part of Krishna is good, this part of Krishna is not good. They say like that. They say Bala Krishna is very good, wonderful pastimes. But later past of Dwaraka Krishna is not good. So they try to understand Krishna by their angle, their vision. Like one very famous spiritualist of these days, he said, why is it that people are worshipping Rama? Because Lord Rama's life was full of anxieties and distress. Though Lord Rama had lot of anxiety and distress, he faced all the distresses in his life with a smiling face. Hence, we worship Rama. We should also face our distress like Rama in a smiling face, with a smiling face. You see, he is one of the very popular spiritualists of these days. There's a craze for him among the youngsters to go. But he is not understanding what is the position of the Lord. That is why, in one verse, Krishna summarizes this in the Bhagavad Gita. All of you chant this. Janma karma cha me divyam. Janma karma cha me divyam. Evam yo vetti tattvataha. Tyaktva deham punarjanma. Naiti mameti so Arjuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. It is so precious and confidential to know what is God's activity. The Supreme Lord's activities cannot be understood by ordinary person. If you understand, then you will not get birth again in this material world. You see how powerful it is. If you understand Krishna's pastimes, tattvataha, in truth, then you will not take birth again in this material world. Tyaktva deham punarjanmaneti. That means moksha you will get. You will be liberated. What a powerful thing. To understand the pastime of the Lord. Therefore, to understand the pastime of the Lord, we need acharya mukhena paramparagata jnana. We get knowledge from the parampara in the disciplic succession. Srila Prabhupada explains this like this, in different ways, to make us understand for our mind, because it is very difficult for us to understand. To understand something, we need reference, isn't it? Just like imagine yourself, you have never seen a pumpkin in your life. Never seen. And there is no possibility to show you, there is no picture, there is nothing. How shall I explain pumpkin to you? I'll ask you, have you seen football? Yeah, I have seen. It is of the same size. It's just round like that. But have you seen a brown color? Yeah, that is the color of the pumpkin. Then I go on explaining like this, isn't it? What I am trying to do, your reference. You know something, I use that to make you understand what you do not know. Correct? Now, we all are like blind people. We don't know. It is difficult for us to understand. Though, perfect understanding of pumpkin will come when you really touch the pumpkin and see the pumpkin and eat the pumpkin, isn't it? But that is very far reality for us. To really see the Lord, touch the Lord, experience the loving reciprocation with the Lord. But within this world, we can try to understand with some reference. So Acharyas very expertly, the Guru very expertly explains that we, the dull-headed people, can understand with our little intelligence. Otherwise, it will be like blind man trying to understand what is an elephant. You know the story of 5 blind men. The 5 blind men who never saw elephant in their life. They were asked to understand how does elephant look like. The big elephant was standing in front of them, and they were told, you go and touch the elephant and feel and understand how does the elephant look like. One went straight and touched, it was the tusk of the elephant. Another went and touched the trunk of the elephant. Another went and touched the leg of the elephant. Another went and touched the body of the elephant, touching like this, the body of the elephant. Another went and caught hold of the tail of the elephant. The person who touched the tusk of the elephant, he said it's like a spear. It is a sharp object. Elephant looks like that, he's thinking. Elephant means a sharp object. Another person got hold of the trunk. He's touching the trunk up and down. And he said, elephant is like python. Another person went and touched the leg. He said, elephant, oh, it's very easy to understand. It's like a pillar. Another person touched the body of the elephant. He said, elephant, it is, I understood. It's like a wall. Another person went and held the tail of the elephant. He said, elephant is like a snake. Now I understood what is elephant. None of their explanations and understanding is perfect, because they try to understand with their limited sensual abilities. Now someone has to explain to them what elephant means based on what they know already. So now the acharyas, gurus are trying to explain to us these kind of pastimes of the Lord, which can be understood with our experience and understanding. But that is not perfect. Don't think by this you become perfect and then you will get liberated by knowing this. Because it is said, Jalma karma chaya divyam yome vetti tattvata. Now I understood what is the Leela of the Lord. Now I will go back to garden. No, it's not that easy. How much you have understood is depending on how much your experience in this world. Because based on those examples, Guru has explained to you. Now what did Prabhupada explain? He explained in 2-3 things. One, he said, the Krishna in the spiritual world, one rasa is missing for Krishna. That's a rivalry, fighting. That is also an enjoyment. Wants to enjoy that. And with whom he does? All the people, souls in the spiritual world are devotees. Who will fight with Krishna? Nobody will fight with Krishna. Sometimes Krishna, his hands are itching. I want to also fight and beat somebody. That is also there in the Lord. Like we have anger, anger is there in the Lord. So all the qualities are there. So Lord wanted to experience that. Now who can actually compete with the Lord? People like us cannot. Isn't it? By looking at the Lord form only we will faint. If the huge Narasimha appears, only person like Hiranyakshashipu can think of fighting with him. What will you do? You will run, isn't it? Forget Narasimha, when Simha comes only, you will run away from there. Who will be dare to fight with such a gigantic, fearsome form? So such a person Krishna has to select to come, and then he said, I will come and fight with you. Because he wants to enjoy. These are different rasas, different enjoyment we experience. And Lord also wants to experience. Like recently, one of the famous cricket star, he said, actually, I miss the days where nobody would recognize me. I would go in the streets and eat some pani puri. and I would enjoy myself going, walking in the streets. Now imagine if Virat Kohli comes, the big cricketer comes, and he comes to a Pani Puri shop, what will happen? People will surround him, take selfies. He cannot enjoy the Pani Puri there, isn't it? He is saying, gone are the days where nobody knew me. I was enjoying that. As I became celebrity, I lost that opportunity. You see, that is also one rasa. If all the time people are continuous to respect you, sometimes you want to spend time with friends who will tease you also, who will question you also. Is it not? So these are different mellows, the rasas, which Krishna also wants to enjoy. Like sometimes, father gets some nice chocolates, and then he brings home the small kid, and he says, you see, I got one chocolate. Now let us fight. Who wins this will get this chocolate. Child also agrees. And a father and child fights. They start fighting. Sometimes child gives a blow to the father. Nothing can happen with a small child's blow, isn't it? But father acts like he falls on the ground. And child laughs, yeah, I am winning. Sometimes father will really push the child for some time and make him understand how powerful he is. And finally, what does father want? Father brought chocolate for whom? For the child only. And he wants to enjoy this rasa. Then after that, father will accept the defeat. Okay, now I defeated. Chocolate is for you. Child says, yay, I defeated my father and I got the chocolate. What is happening here? The father is enjoying one particular rasa of fighting. And he is also giving joy to his child. And he is also giving joy for somebody who is watching this. So like this, the Krishna also sometimes wants to enjoy the fight, and he comes. Prabhupada gave one more story to tell this. Sometimes in the king, in the palace, when the king comes, everybody in the palace respect kings, isn't it? No question of somebody can make fun of king, somebody can joke with the king. Who can do that? Who can dare to do that? But king sometimes wants to keep this enjoyment also. And Prabhupada said there was a king in Bengal. He had a minister, a servant at his palace. He is considered to be very intelligent, like Akbar, Birbal. So like that, his servant used to be considered to be very, very intelligent. So king used to keep him to enjoy sometimes some jokes. He'll tell some jokes. One day, there are a lot of people in the palace, they are full big ministers and commanders, everybody is assembled. King has come and sat. And he asked the minister, the man who always jokes, he asked him, he said, king said, whenever I see you, I get a laugh. What is the difference between you and a donkey? Everybody started laughing. He immediately stood up, took on a small measuring scale and measured distance between him and the king. He said, sir, it is 10 feet only. The distance between me and donkey. So what is he saying? He is saying, king, you are the donkey, isn't it? And king is laughing. King is enjoying this. So sometimes he also wants to get a tease. Prabhupada tells this story to tell. Like this, sometimes Lord also wants to. But who can do this? Not we cannot do this. Because we are in Baddha Atmas, Sadhakas. We cannot go and joke with the Lord. We cannot go get into this rasa with the Lord. This is meant for some advanced devotee who has progressed beyond all anarthas, kama, krodha, lobha, one has crossed all those stages, can have such kind of enjoyment with the Lord. Now, to give such kind of joy to the Lord and Lord's devotees, the Lord appeared in the form of a boar. And it is explained in the Puranas, how does the boar look like? Actually, boar is not pig, you should know. Pig is different. Pig generally stays in a dirty places. Boar is called wild pig, Kadhandi. It doesn't stay in filthy places like that. It comes and eats very fresh vegetables and very strong. It has tusk. So it's a boar. Lord came in the form of a boar. Puranas explain. His body is so beautiful. The Varaha Deva's body is like a blue sapphire. You know, blue sapphire, how beautiful it is. The body of the boar, Varaha, was a blue sapphire. And he had body of a human and head of the boar. And he had Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. He was having 4 hands. And his eyes were like lotus petal. Very beautiful eyes. Something very beautiful, once you look at, you don't want to take off your eyes. Like you go to a nice scenery, beautiful photo or beautiful scenery you're looking at. You want to keep on looking again and again. Something beauty you don't want to take off. So Lord's beauty was so charming that his eyes were like lotus petal. And he was wearing a helmet. He came with a crown on his head. His crown was bedecked with the jewels, gold, very beautiful golden helmet he was wearing. Now we understand it is not about a pig we are worshipping. Sometimes people criticize, oh, this Hinduism, they worship pig, they worship tortoise, they worship cow, they worship everything. We are not worshipping, we are worshipping God. God has come in that form. And how beautiful he was. And then while fighting, he also wants to fight perfectly. It should not look like drama. He's really fighting. You want to show that. Then only we can enjoy, isn't it? Suppose a drama is organized. The fight between 2 people. And on the stage, the Narasimha comes, supposed to kill Hiranyakashipu, that is a drama, and the Narasimha does some with a powerful blow and acts like that. He does like that, and he does not even touch the body of Hiranyakashipu, he falls. It's not very entertaining. If Narasimha really catches, beats him, then the whole audience will enjoy. Wow, what a drama. It was a real fight. It was very, very entertaining to watch. We had one drama of police beating a person long ago. On the stage, when the real drama was going on, the boy who acted as a police, he wanted to make it very real. He has beaten another person very badly. After the drama, they were fighting. Why did you beat me so badly? But audience enjoyed. What a drama it was. It was like a real beating. It was not like real beating. Really, he beat him in the drama. Then it looks nice, isn't it? Now, when the Varaha Deva is fighting with the Hiranyaksha, it should look like real. It should not like drama. Kuch kar diya, Lord has just looked at him and he burnt off the Hiranyaksha. Then it's not entertaining. He wants to entertain all of us. And he's fighting like bulls. The blood is coming, God's body. They're taking their clubs, the gada, maces, and beating, piercing each other. And all the devatas are watching with the full attention. Who will win? Who will win? So this is called Leela of the Lord. He wants to create an entertaining and attracting people towards Him. So the Lord's pastimes and Lord's beauty, it is meant for all of us to get attracted. What we supposed to do? What is the paramparagata jnana? When we look at this, what should we see? We see, wow, how wonderfully Lord is acting. Lord can do anything. How does the atheist looks at it? Hey, is God or not? I'm very doubtful. How can God can be? These are the atheists. Mayaya aparita jnana. Their jnana is aparita. They will look doubtfully. They do not know. They have no knowledge. But how does the devotee look? These things. He enjoys. How Krishna killed Narakasura. How Krishna killed Bakasura. People want it. That's why Krishna also creates a very colorful pastime. He does not kill the asuras at one shot. He will take them, throw them on the air, catch them, they fall, again take them. So he gives a kind of entertainment for all the devotees. So the Lord is performing a wonderful pastime, that how the keen rivalry between the two combatants, both had sustained injuries on their bodies from the blow of each other's pointed maces. Each grew more and more enraged at the smell of the blood of his person. In their eagerness to win, they performed maneuvers of various kinds, and their contest looked like an encounter between two fearful bulls for the sake of a cow. So devotees are enjoying hearing this. And Srila Prabhupada actually encouraged all of us to hear these pastimes and hear the beauty of the Lord. There is one time from the Bhagavatam, devotees all assembled. Prabhupada was sitting in his room, and Prabhupada said, okay, you read. They were reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. They were reading how Krishna was so beautiful. Krishna's body was so beautiful. Yes, Neela Meka Shama. His eyes were like this. And his hands are lotus hands, his feet is lotus feet. And Krishna smiles, is a charming beauty of Krishna is very enchanting. So they were reading Krishna's beauty. Prabhupada closed his eyes, was enjoying. And sometimes he would nod his head, saying this is nice description. Sometimes his eyes were moist, tears in his eyes. And all the devotees that whole room got spiritually surcharged, because Prabhupada is hearing closely and enjoying description of Krishna's beauty. Then after that was read, Prabhupada opened his eyes and said, all these descriptions about the Lord, this is not something imaginary, it's all factual. And by hearing these pastimes, by getting attracted to Krishna's pastimes and Krishna's beauty, all our material desires will die. Because these all are very small desires, which is like looking for a drop of water in the desert. Suppose you are thirsty, walking in a desert, no water. Somebody offers you a drop of water. Will it be useful? The material happiness is compared to a drop of water in the desert. But spiritual happiness is compared to ocean. Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam. So when we hear Krishna's beauty, Krishna's pastime, what is happening on other side? Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. All our material desires are dying and dying. So this is the process which all devotees should take. How shall we describe the beauty of the Lord? And here, one that we can hear from Srimad Bhagavatam. Another, you can go and have darshan of the deities. Beautifully decorated Krishna and Balaram, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Look at them, appreciate the beauty of the Lord, appreciate Lord's dress, appreciate Lord's jewelry, appreciate Lord's garland, how Lord is standing, how Lord is holding flute. Look at his lotus feet, look at his lotus face, his crown. So as a devotee, should meditate upon the form of the Lord in the form of the deity in the temple. If you are drawn and attracted to the beauty of the Lord in the temple, the deities, your attraction for all unwanted things, tuchha, very lower enjoyment and lower attraction will die, will go away. To give this opportunity for all of us, because everybody's attraction, everybody may have some liking and dislikings because of the three modes of material nature, three gunas. To attract the conditioned living entities in various ways, Lord is coming in the various forms. Sometimes he is coming as Lord Rama, sometimes he is coming as Parashurama, sometimes he is coming as Varaha, sometimes as a Kurma, sometimes as a Matsya, sometimes as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the Lord is coming as varieties of forms to attract devotees towards him. That is why every Srimad Bhagavatam chapter, if you read carefully, after describing the pastimes, the last verse says, mostly, anybody reads these pastimes, they'll be relieved of all material miseries. That's the power of hearing about the Lord. So, as a devotees, we just enjoy this. We don't try to too much philosophize. We enjoy how wonderful pastime Lord has performed. The details of it is given in Bhagavatam like this. And some more points about Ilavrita we'll discuss some other time. With this we will stop. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki.